The Digestive System, a short film by Jackson Shores, Sean Egan, Jason Kessler, and Tim Fitzpatrick. Anatomy of the digestive system.
The digestive system is made of many parts. It has the mouth, which is the area that holds the tongue, teeth, and saliva. The teeth are used to tear food apart, and the saliva is a liquid that moistens the food to make it easier to digest. After the food is swallowed, it goes to the pharynx, a short muscular tube that connects the mouth to the esophagus and trachea. The material passes over the epiglottis, which is a flap that covers the trachea in order to prevent choking, and then to the esophagus, which is a short muscular tube that connects the mouth and stomach. The muscles that line the esophagus are called peristalsis, which contract in waves. The stomach is a very important part of the digestive system. It's a large muscular sac that continues the chemical and mechanical digestion of food in 3 different ways. It crushes the food with its muscular walls. It produces an enzyme called protease, which breaks down proteins into amino acids and produces hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is produced to kill bacteria and give the right pH level for protease to work, which is pH 2. The pancreas releases 3 enzymes that aid in digestion: protease, carbohydrase, which breaks down carbohydrates into simple sugars, and lipase, which breaks down lipids. The liver aids in digestion by producing bile, which is acids that are critical in digestion and the absorption of fats in the small intestine, as well as neutralizing stomach acid. The bile, however, is released into the intestine by the gallbladder, which is where the bile is stored. The small intestine is a 20-foot tube that is made up of 3 parts, known as the duodenum, which connects to the stomach, the jejunum, which is the middle of the small intestine, and the ileum, which connects to the large intestine or colon. The small intestine has 3 different functions, which are to produce the protease, carbohydrates, and lipase enzymes. It also is responsible for the absorption of nutrients from food into the blood. Finally, its inner surface is filled with villi, which increase surface area. The large intestine, or colon, is a muscular tube where excess water and waste material that is no use for the body is stored. It has 4 parts: the cecum, the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon. The rectum is a tube where feces is stored before being disposed of out of the anus, a muscular tube where broken down waste exits the body.
Physiology of the digestive system.
The physical function of the digestive system starts in the head and neck area. The teeth, protected by the gums, chew food into small pieces for easy digestion. The parotid, submandibular, and sublingual glands provide saliva to the mouth for easier breakdown of food. A flexible flap, called the epiglottis, directs food to the gastrointestinal tract. Passing through the esophagus, which is a long muscular tube that connects the throat to the stomach, the food and water are brought to the stomach. The food then passes into the stomach, where it is stored until the stomach secretes a mixture of acid, mucus, and enzymes that help digest and sanitize the food into chyme. This pulpy acidic fluid then passes into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine. The liver and gallbladder, sending bile, and the pancreas, sending pancreatic juices to the duodenum, help further digest the chyme into small nutrients to be absorbed by the intestines. Then, the jejunum, the second part of the small intestine, absorbs 90% of the nutrients using the intestinal mucosa, which has villi to assist in absorption. The remaining nutrients head to the final part of the small intestine, the ileum, which is specialized for absorbing the last of the nutrients. The ileum also monitors the content of the intestines using masses of lymphatic tissue called Peyer's patches to prevent illness. The chyme's next stop is the cecum, which is part of the large intestine. Here, chyme is mixed with bacterial flora to produce feces. The feces then pass to the colon, which has 4 parts: the ascending, transverse, descending, and sigmoid colon. Here, the feces mix with bacteria, and the walls of the colon absorb vitamins, water, and remaining nutrients to ensure the feces are dry, compact, and stripped of all vitamins and nutrients. The feces are then stored in the rectum until they are ready to be released. Receptors in the rectum then send signals to the brain when it is full. The feces then go to the anal canal, where the anal sphincters are pressured, causing the muscle to relax and dilation ensues. When both sphincters open, contractions push the feces out of the anus.
Pathology of the digestive system. Many diseases are associated with the digestive system. One of these is Crohn's disease. This is a type of inflammatory bowel disease that can affect all parts of the digestive system from mouth to anus. It is caused by genetics, an increased intake of animal and milk protein, and autoimmune diseases. Some symptoms include diarrhea, fever, weight loss, bowel obstruction, and an increased risk of bowel cancer. Another digestive system disease is ulcerative colitis. This is a form of colitis which causes ulcers in the colon. It is most commonly caused by autoimmune diseases, poor diet, and genetics. Symptoms include diarrhea mixed with blood, fistulae, which is an abnormal connection between two hollow organs, and pyoderma gangrenosum, which is when cells around a tissue become necrotic and begin to die very rapidly. Another disease in the digestive system is stomach cancer. This is when cancer develops on the lining of the stomach. It is most commonly caused by the bacteria Helicobacter pylori, eating pickled vegetables, and smoking frequently. Many symptoms include heartburn, upper abdominal pain, nausea, loss of appetite, vomiting, yellow skin, difficulty swallowing, and weight loss. There are 5 stages of stomach cancer. Stage 0 is characterized by the cancer being limited to the inner lining of the stomach. Stage 1 is when the cancer penetrates to the second or third layers of the stomach. Stage 2 is characterized by penetration to the third layer and nearby lymph nodes. Stage 3 is characterized by penetration to the third layer and more distant lymph nodes. Stage 4 is characterized by cancer spreading to nearby tissues, more distant lymph nodes, or organs that are not connected to the stomach. Evolution of the digestive system.
The simplest form is the jellyfish, with only a 4-step process and very little organs involved. In step 1, food enters through the mouth. In step 2, food stays and enters the gastrovascular cavity, which is located in the bell of the jellyfish. Nutrients are absorbed by the gastrodermis, and waste exit back out through the mouth. Another form of digestive systems include marine animals. Marine animals do not chew food, except for seals, which do. Food first travels through the esophagus to varying parts of the stomach. Forestomach is the compartment where food storage and some protein breakdown occur. They are lined with thick ridges. The main stomach is a dark red color with a hydrochloric acid secreted, along with digestive enzymes. The phyloric stomach, which includes mucus cells, is a yellow to brown color. Food is considered chyme after it leaves the stomach and heads to the liver, which is full of bile. The chyme then travels out of the liver to the small intestine via the hepa to pancreatic duct. In small intestine, it is mixed with the products of the pancreas, and pH is increased. Most absorption of the nutrients occurs in the first quarter of the small intestine. The chyme then proceeds to the large intestine, colon, rectum, and leaves via the anus. Cows have a 4-compartment stomach, referred to as a ruminant. The digestive tract takes 1 to 3 days. Food is chewed into smaller parts as saliva helps to break down. Food then enters esophagus into rumen and reticulum, and sometimes are combined as the reticulorum, as they make up more than 50% of the digestive tract. Food is fermented in reticulorum. Conditions of the rumen, which is a heavy part of it, includes a pH of 5.5 to 7 and a temperature range of 37 to 40 degrees. Digestive flows into the omasum after this, which is 6 to 8% of the digestive tract. The omasum has water reabsorbed and particle size is reduced, similar to open pages of a book shape, as it's like a folded creases with a ton of spirals. Food leaves omasum and enters abomasum, which secretes protein, carbohydrates, fats, and amino acids for small intestine absorption, referred to as the true stomach. Undigestible materials pass through the large intestine where fecal matter is formed.
This has been brought to you by 21 Jeff Productions.